Hello and welcome to Shadowrun: The Road to Chaos. We have restarted our wonderful story. We have at the moment Wolf and Borealis. Hopefully we'll have a Sidewinder join us as well later on when he gets back from his driving lesson. But for now, Wolf, introduce yourself. I cannot hear you, Wolf. 1 second.
That's because I muted my mic because I'm an idiot.
Push to talk, everyone.
Great start. I haven't got push to talk on it.
So
Minute, I've activated it
so
in a minute.
Excuse then. Reintroduce.
Yes, I do. I actually just completely muted. So, my character Wolf, which this is his voice, so you know who he sounds like. Really gritty, Soldier 76 kind of sounding guy. Absolute badass. Ex-military. Beats the crap out of everyone that gets in his way.
Yep.
And has awesome blue hair.
Yep, sounds about right. Borealis, over to you.
Hello, my name is Borealis. I am a elf from the Faroe Islands, right north of Scotland, near Iceland. This is my voice because I don't know what a Faroese accent sounds like. But yeah, I'm an elf. I'm a techie, really good with computers and hacking. Not so good with the guns, unfortunately.
That's all right. We can forgive it.
While I, on the other hand, are great with guns, and I'm from London.
So the story is actually based in London, around the year of 2067. As per our last chapter, Borealis jumped in at a really unfortunate time, really, for his character. He was expecting to do a bit of hacking, get the information, ended up being sort of caught in a firefight, which he didn't expect to be caught in. Wolf nearly getting himself killed with a bullet to the neck. It was very dramatic. It's been a week since the incident in the institute, the facility. Borealis, what have you been up to for a week after you met these crazy lot?
For the past week, to be honest, I'm a bit of an introvert, so I've been laying low a bit, hanging around some of the seedier bars on the London docks, making friends with some of the dock workers and smugglers around there. So, a bit of gambling here and there as well, drinking some moonshine. I've been enjoying it, but yeah, just lying low beneath the radar of the law.
So have you been going to the really seedy bar again? That one seedy bar which your mate runs in the basement. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I first came to the UK, I moved to Aberdeen. There was a bar called the Aberdeen Abattoir there, which was really cool. So I've been looking for a new place in London to sort of frequent. I think I might have found a place.
Nice. Wolf, what have you been up to for the past week?
Well, in the last week, Wolf's been doing a little bit of drinking, as per usual. He's been doing some training because of the fact that he felt that he wasn't really up to scratch enough, that he wanted to try and go back to a bit of basics, been in the ring a bit, beating up a few more guys. He's also been sorting some stuff out with Johnny to do with his past.
So brilliant.
To come at later date.
So it's a good Wednesday night. Presumably, Wolf, you may have finished for once your round of drinking, especially as you've been training up, and you realise that perhaps going into a mission completely hammered was a bad idea. And you get a phone call.
Wednesdays are my off days.
You get a phone call.
Hello?
Hey, it's me, Taurus. How you doing, Wolf?
Drunk.
Well, yeah.
What's up?
I heard you were back in town.
Yeah, I'm around.
You want to meet up?
Sure. Free flags.
Yeah, the usual. Meet you there.
Cool. See you there.
The line goes dead. As you well know, Taurus is perhaps not always one for flouncy words, and is probably sitting in the free flags already.
Wait, why was I doing walking and driving? I'm probably in the free flags already. Wait, I am.
But are you in the free flags, or are you in the smoke and gun?
Smoking gun, actually.
So yeah, you drive over to the free banners, and you say the password Firefly. You get down into basement, and there's Taurus, this rather sort of well built guy. He's got this sort of denim jacket thing going on. Obviously looks like he's been in a bit of a tussle. He's got sort of dirt on his shoulder, a few like badges and miscellaneous bits and pieces like a ribbon. He's just got sewn to his jacket, and of course the white band of his leadership. Hey Wolf, come over here. I've got you whiskey.
Thanks, mate. I also walk into the bar with my red armband on. As I walk over to the bar and pick up the whiskey and drink one bit of it.
Yeah, no problem. So you
I sound like I'm drunk right now.
So yeah, he sort of motions you over, and yeah, he's just sort of looking at you up and down. He realizes you're already pretty drunk.
A little bit.
Ah, didn't expect you to catch a band.
Yeah, I kept it. Sometimes you gotta remember some of the good times.
Well, it's a shame that you went off with the Splinter group.
That's a mistake I changed. Hoping to try and reconnect, maybe.
Well, I've got some... I don't know if this is going to be good news or bad news for you. But,
give me the news and I'll decide that.
Fair enough. Well, you know the lads who you used to be with in that group?
Yeah.
They're gone, mate.
Good to hear. They were assholes.
Yeah, apparently they started shacking up with this troll fellow who didn't like this guy with a bit of a mouth on him. And basically, the guy took it one step too far. Like, I don't know. I think he stole like a relative or something.
Sounds like they got trolled.
Looks like the troll got trolled. But yeah, I have a. Well, I don't know if you got any friends around. You got any running friends? Do you run with anyone anymore?
I got a few.
Yeah. Basically, I caught wind that perhaps maybe, well, Sparkle gave me the idea. Perhaps you were looking to come back at some point.
Yeah. Sounds like Sparkle had a bright idea.
Don't trust Sparkle with anyone's secrets. Well, or everybody's secrets. It's kind of a weird thing. You know Sparkles. Well, yeah. You've been out of the game for a while. So, I need to know that you're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, I can do it.
Well, I've got a favour. If you can do that favour, then, I can tell the boys, this dude, he's back in. That red band is his. Basically, you know what the guys are like. As soon as you leave the gang, people are like, oh, did he, like, flake out? Did he go to the... Especially as you were army, mate.
Yeah.
You willing to do a favour for me?
Sure.
Bit of a weird one. Basically, the gang owes a favour to another gang. And
Mhm.
well, I don't have the time to do the favor, and they don't have time to do the thing that they are looking to do. I don't know what they want to do, but they need some people. So, you up to working with the blades?
Yeah, be fun.
Just whatever the hell you do, do not, and I repeat, do not get your sassy mouth involved. They are
Me? Sassy? Never.
yeah. Well, there you go. We're gonna get. I will give you the location. They are well. They're kind of south side at the moment.
I thought that was Moon's territory.
The blades don't really have a territory. You understand?
Interesting.
Kind of like you. In fact, the whole lot of them are like you.
Sounds like things are gonna get interesting.
From what I hear, the favour isn't a big one, so yeah, it'll be good. So Taurus after that, he goes into reminiscing about the old days and what the gang's been up to recently. And yeah, we seem to have lost Borealis for some reason, but
Man down!
we do in fact.
I think he may have.
Your microphone.
I think he may have accidentally left. I'm not used to push to talk.
No problem.
Why am I still in character?
But yeah, we're now also going to have a.
Hello?
Hello, here we are. We got a bulldozer as well. Give me a second whilst I reshuffle all of you because you've now all appeared.
Hey!
Um,
Can you hear me?
can. Give us a second, team, whilst I sort out late arrivals. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go back to our. I'll be right back. Hello again. Sorry for the technical issues tonight. We seem to be having quite a few of those. But we now have all three of our players. We've got Wolf, Borealis, and Sidewinder. Sidewinder, since you were not here at the beginning, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Bulldozer playing Sidewinder. Sidewinder is he's an assassin, basically.
Fair enough.
Pretty much sums it up.
So, Sidewinder, whilst Wolf is in the Three Banners, getting probably a little bit tipsy with an old mate of his, what is Sidewinder doing?
Sidewinder is at home cleaning his rifle.
That's fair. After having a really nice
One of many.
yeah, he's kind of proud of his tech, shall we say. But yeah, after having quite a nice meal provided to you by Bastion and his girlfriend, Sherita, this rather pretty younger woman with a purple streak across her fringe and a very large pipe wrench. After the meal, you were sort of shown out, and you spent a week sort of organising your equipment, finally getting those blood stains out of your suit.
Yeah, it took a while to wash out.
Yeah, and you completed your mission from the other Johnson. You got paid less because the kid was, well, kind of damaged when you got them, but they didn't make you pay for their medical treatment, so.
That wasn't my fault.
No, probably not.
Sounds like a wolf thing. It's like, I delivered the package. It's a little bit damaged though.
So, what happened? What happens now? You through the post.
Is it junk mail? Or I just put it in the bin?
It's a blank envelope, but on the back, there's two swords crossing.
That looks suspicious.
My name is Zoro.
I draw my gun, and no,
I draw my gun to the letter to open it.
Overkill.
Reveal to me your secrets. No, I will. Okay, I will open the letter. I feel like that's plot related, and if I just throw it away, I might as well leave now.
So yeah, you open this mysterious letter. It's really good stationery. You realise this isn't just some crappy letter. This is actually beautiful stationery, and it's a wax seal that you see on the back now. You realise, and as you open it, you read inside, written in quill, maybe.
That you have been invited to Hogwarts.
Oh, totally. But no, you've actually got a letter from a woman called Grace. The letter reads, Sidewinder, we have observed you in and around our city. We find your skills to be most curious, and we wish to invite you to our rather exclusive club. We are the Blades. We keep those much like you in our fold for protection and for missions. If you wish to see us, come to this address. They give you an address in Southside. Tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Signed Grace in a rather over illustrious handwriting.
Interesting. I will prepare my weapons just in case it's a trap, not knowing who the hell this Grace woman is. And then I will...
How come he gets a fancy letter and I don't?
Because Sidewinder is a pro and you're a novice.
Sidewinder is a pro.
How dare you? You've just insulted my entire legacy. Oh dear God.
So yes, are you going to come along to this potential meeting?
I will go along to the potential meeting. What time is it currently?
So
when I received the letter.
So it was about 11:30. You know, you've been staying up late at night to make sure that your guns are pristine. Like, all the parts have been laid out in order of, like, the quickest way to put them back together, along with all the different sorts of oils and shines that you need to put into it in order of use.
Okay. In that case, I will go to the meeting. What I would probably do is go to the address beforehand, just do a quick, reconnaissance mission, work out roughly where it is, work out where I can, escape routes if it all does go sideways. He's not suspicious of anything at all, because this is just what normal, sensible people do in their spare time.
That is fair. Wolf in the bar again. It's about 11:30. Taurus gets a ping on his mobile. Looks like they wanted you sooner than I expected.
How soon? Soon.
9:15 tomorrow.
Damn it.
Yeah, sorry, mate. No more drinking.
Bartender, give me some lemonade.
No problem. I got it. He dashes off and he sort of pours you like a proper big glass of lemonade, and then sort of hands it down. Even puts like a little lemon on the side.
Now that is what I call lemonade.
Good patrons get good service. So yeah, Sidewinder, you get you go to the place. How early do you go to it?
I would probably go sort of mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon?
I would say I would go at night, but that's probably not the smartest idea to be.
Well, you wanted at 9:15 in the morning.
Yeah. So.
Is it 11:30 p.m. currently? Okay, so.
Oh right, I thought it was 30 a.m.
Hence why the letter was even weirder than average.
Wolf would have started really early if it was 11:30 a.m.
No. Really early for Wolf is like 1:30 starting in a.m. Like if he starts at 1:30, then that's early.
And also late at the same time. Okay, in that case, I would probably go straight away.
So, like, straight after you get the letter, then?
Yes. After I've put all my weapons back together. I'm not going to drive off with, a van full of bits of gun. Like, wait, hold on, don't shoot at me yet. Let me just put this back together. 2 minutes.
That's fair. Now, fortunately, due to the way you live, it's actually not too far from you. It's actually only like the other side of the south side to you. So you drive up. You maybe park. Wait, where, do you park right next to the place, or do you park just around the corner? How do you do this?
I would park sort of in the next street, so it's not immediately obvious that that's where I'm going.
Like a sensible person. So yeah.
That's sensible.
So yeah, describe how you scout out the place.
I would also avoid parking on anything that's going to get me clamped or towed.
Southside, nobody cares.
Or just checking, just checking.
Trust me, I grew up there. No one cares where you park.
Yeah. So yeah.
I should know.
Make a perception check, Sidewinder. First roll of the season.
Intense music starts playing. Dun da 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 da.
I so wish we could. DJ, what are you typing?
Da, da, da.
What are you rolling for?
I was typing Z's because that's my key.
It's
that's a lot of
it's really late, and you're kind of tired, so it's kind of a bit blurry. To you, it looks like an ordinary house. Like it looks like. Are you even sure this is the right place? You kind of look at your piece of paper. You look at the building. You look at it. And you're like, this is the right place, but this is just a normal bog standard building.
Yeah, remember what we said earlier about him being a pro? Yeah.
I might be drunk, but I'm a pro.
Absolutely.
Hoorah.
So yeah.
Well, I'm glad I drove all the way here just to look at an ordinary house.
Or you did get a couple of successes, and you didn't completely fail. But there's a few people sort of milling about. There seems to be some sort of music coming from it. Kind of normal sort of. Sounds like there's a very quiet party going on.
I see. Is there is there any way around behind the building where there might be a back door, just in case I need to make a hasty exit?
Sure. Are you going to stealth it, or are you going to pretend like you are supposed to be there?
Oh, this can only end badly. I feel like I might be better stealthing it than trying to, bluff my way that I am supposed to be there.
Okay, roll your 10 sneaking dice.
And this is where we start the countdown to when we go off.
Well, it's evened out. Ain't there's a door.
There's a door. Woo! Okay, I think my reconnaissance mission was completely successful. So I will.
Are you gonna go back to your place? Or are you gonna stick around? Are you gonna keep watching?
No, because I've got to play this in character. What I would actually do, not what my incompetent dice rolls tell me I would do. So, based off of what I've rolled so far, I might as well go home because I'm not going to see anything. In character, I would stay and,
Oh, fair enough.
go back a bit later.
So, you're... Okay, so you're scoping out the building a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay, roll three perception checks. So roll 3 times 9 dice. But in different rolls. Okay, so like the first little while, first 10 minutes, you don't really see anything. It's an ordinary house. You start seeing, well, that person just went into the building. They seem to be packing a little bit heavier than average. I mean, it's south side. Maybe it's just south side. Until you get to 30 minutes and you go, no, that is definitely a lot more packing. They're packing a lot more than they should be. You suspect these are Shadowrunners.
Right. This could be entertaining. Right.
It's officially midnight.
Officially midnight.
You stayed there for half an hour.
About unofficial. Okay. I will then return home, taking a slightly circuitous, a roundabout route to get home, just in case anybody's noticed me and is following me.
That's right.
And then I will go
Make
back
one more perception
early.
check, just to see if anyone's following you. Nobody's following you.
Oh, that's good. Hang on, wait, is that nobody's following me, or you don't see anyone following you, but the massive black SUV behind you with tinted windows that stays behind you the entire way? It's definitely not
It's
following.
not following you. There's nothing following you.
A black Jeep.
So yeah, it gets around to 9:15. I presume that Wolf, you get there probably on time.
Yeah, I mean, the massive glass of lemonade sobered me up a lot. Good night's sleep, woke up at 8 a.m, got there in time, drove the Jeep. Fully kitted out, by the way, backpack, guns, blade.
Fair enough. Do you get there on time, Sidewinder, or are you fashionably late? Or early?
I would arrive a little bit early, just to, see if anything has noticeably changed. Like, I don't know, the house has vanished by the time I get there,
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to take into account everything. This is the sixth world. Yeah. Dragons happen, so...
We get there and it's now the Eiffel Tower.
So, Sidewinder, so, Wolf, you saunter up to the building, it's like early morning. You're not used to being early. You don't like early. But there's a job involved. And
nowadays I'm not, but I'm used to waking up at 6 a.m. for when I was in the army. So I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm kind of just like, I'm awake. Don't want to be awake, but I'm awake.
So you come up and You see Sidewinder leant against maybe the side of a wall next to the building, not quite in front of the door. But you see a guy who's quite obviously probably packing.
I would be. Well, I'm not going to lug a huge, great sniper rifle in with me. That would be a bit
You can if you want.
overkill.
I mean, hell, I've got a backpack, an AK, a revolver, and a massive blade on me, so it's not exactly like I'm hiding.
Exactly.
Screw it. Overkill's underrated. Yeah, okay. I've got a sniper rifle strapped to my back.
He's ready to no-scope.
Sidewinder,
No-scope.
describe yourself to Wolf, who is now seeing you for the first time.
For the first time? So,
Love at first sight. His gun was so big in my face.
DJ, everyone, DJ.
Right.
Welcome to my mind.
Sidewinder is a dwarf. He's dressed rather smartly. In a.
Did you just say dwarf?
Yes.
Gonna be a midget compared to
He
wolf.
is 4'5".
Wow. Okay, cool. Right, continue.
He's dressed very sharply in like a business suit, probably armored. On closer inspection, you might notice that it's like sewn up in places, where it was recently repaired from another incident that you can watch in a previous episode. He has a sniper rifle strapped across his back, and a machine pistol like on a sling sort of at his side.
What kind of sniper rifle are we talking about? Springfield bolt action or more like a Barrett?
It's an Ares Desert Strike.
It's a pretty good one. So
Cool.
yeah, you see Sidewinder leant up against the wall.
Do I need to describe myself to him as well?
Indeed, you do, since you have not met.
So Wolf is ex-military guy. He's about 6'2", quite muscularly built, wearing the same kind of outfit that I am wearing right now, exactly with the blue hair as well. Also very smartly dressed, but with a black trench coat, which is armored along with some of his clothing. He has blue hair. He has his hood up at the minute because the trench coat does have a hood. On his back, he has a military-style backpack with his AK attached, and his polearm, which folds up, and his pistol on his holster on his belt.
So there you go. You guys have now seen this.
Very militaristic
Yeah.
looking.
So, do you introduce yourselves, or do you completely ignore each other?
Well, without wanting to sound stupid, surely at this point, if we introduced ourselves, it would be a bit meta because we have no idea that we are intended to meet.
That is true.
Per se.
It depends. It depends on
I'm assuming
how
that-
bold Wolf is feeling.
Well, I look at him and I can kind of tell that he's a Shadowrunner, because not normal people walk around with a massive sniper rifle attached to their back when they're a dwarf.
Yep.
So I kind of look over to him and go, Shadowrunner, in that kind of voice, of kind of questioning if he is one.
No, I'm a florist.
It's a lovely flower you have on your back, then.
Yes, it's a speciality.
Nice. I then continue to walk up to the building.
Precisely at 9:15, like the clock has literally just ticked over to 9:15. The door opens and a rather, well, he dwarfs Wolf because he's a troll and he's about 7 foot tall.
I'm only 6'2".
He's wearing sort of like a leather jacket, sort of buckled up to the neck. He's got a massive katana, and he regards you all first. Are you the help from Taurus?
Yes, I am. I also have my red armband on. I forgot to mention that.
So he recognises the fact that you've got the armband on. He sort of looks around, obviously trying to see if anyone else is there that he should be picking up. So do you reveal yourself, Sidewinder, or no?
I kind of step like up to the door. I'm just like, I'm down here.
Ah, are you you're the initiate, potential initiate?
I thought you said something very different then. Yes, I probably am.
Right, you two, come inside, close the door, and he sort of turns heel and he starts walking into the building.
Do we have to take our shoes off?
Nah.
I enter the building, but even though I've been sent here by my friend, I'm still a little bit suspicious as always. So I do have my hand on my gun, just in case it all goes wrong.
So, yeah, you know, the door closes behind you, and you're sort of led through a bunch of corridors. It's surprisingly, the building is actually a lot deeper than you expected. And it seems like the building isn't the one flat that you thought it was, but actually it's been knocked through to like 2 other buildings.
Ordinary house, my ass.
Your perception check wasn't particularly great.
I know.
But he leads you into a room and he says, I'm going to have to at least remove some of your firearms because you can't be walking around with that much armament. I'll let you keep, like, you're allowed to keep like 1 weapon on you.
Pole arm.
Fair enough. And he gives you a locker key. He goes, there you go. Here's your locker. Oh, we seem to have.
Oh no.
Borealis dropped out. Don't worry, you're nearly there. We're nearly there to you, Borealis. So yeah, he passes you both a locker key, saying, you know, put your upper weapons in there. Pick a weapon, and that's the weapon you get to walk around with.
Okay, I will put my sniper rifle and my machine pistol in my locker.
What weapon are you keeping out?
The weapon that people can't see.
Fair enough. So yeah, you lock the lockers, and frankly, his perception when he checks you over, he doesn't care. He sort of does it because he has to, but you can tell he's just doing it for formality.
Does he notice what we put inside the locker?
He does know what you put inside the locker.
Okay. Because I was going to sneak my pistol into one of my pockets, so then he didn't see it.
He did note the fact that you were going for the giant blade on your back. And he leads you through to a set of double doors, and he goes, "Well, you're about to meet Grace. This will be interesting." And he bangs open the doors, and you step into a luxurious for what should be a townhouse that looks run down. It is fancy in here. Like, there's wooden floors that have been shined to an inch of his life. There's like couches and chaise longues all over the place. There's a slightly raised bit, and set upon it is a very tall, slender elven woman with very long blonde hair, and these sort of piercing grey eyes. Sat on a chair just next to her is a dwarf. He sat there. He's got a good portion of armour on. You can just see the sort of glitter of red on his skin. And suspiciously, his chair looks a bit odd. Like, it looks a bit lopsided. Like, one side seems a bit thicker than the other side. Maybe it's compensating for an injury. You don't know. That's you hear just before the elven woman turns to you. She's she's chatting with this dwarven fellow. Oh, so do you remember the time when? Do you remember the ducks? Do you remember the ducks? Oh, I don't think I can ever forget the ducks, Grace. That you were so good at flying. Well, you seem to have company. Grace sort of looks up and she spots the both of you. Welcome. So, I'm guessing Wolf and Sidewinder.
No,
Yep.
he's Wolf. I'm Sidewinder.
This is a bit posh for the south side, isn't it?
Well, I like to keep my club a bit more shiny than average. Sidewinder and Wolf, make perception checks. Oh, that's one. See, now there it is.
There's my one good roll of the session.
This is the point of when I completely forget everything because we haven't done this in so long. Perception, what is it again?
Your perception is.
I have, just going to state this right now, I had the worst memory of all time. I really need to write this down.
You have
isn't
5
it-
dice for your perception. So, oh yes, by the way, there'll be a reason. Okay, so
Average.
Wolf, you see what you see. It's a dwarf and there's a woman you presume is named Grace.
That is a dwarf and that is an elf.
She's objectively quite pretty. There's not much you can glean from her.
So glad I'm sober right now to enjoy this.
However, Sidewinder, you note that Bulldozer is regarding, like he's looking at the both of you, but he seems to be regarding you with, he's sort of analysing you, as if he's trying to understand your nature, understand who you actually are.
Dwarf fight, dwarf fight, dwarf fight.
You also notice that it's not just Grace and Bulldozer in the room. In the corner, there's a couple of human males. They're just sort of chatting and drinking. There's the troll. He's just sort of taken a corner as well. He's sort of leaning back, just sort of almost just watching what's about to happen. He's not sure why you two are there, but he seems amused by your presence. And in another corner, you see a rather illustrious computer system. There's like 5 screens, a fancy keyboard that glows, and an elven man sat upon the chair. Borealis, introduce yourself.
Hello. Am I introducing myself to Sidewinder?
Oh, you can either introduce yourself in character, or you can just say what you look like.
Okay. Okay. So I'm Borealis. I am a techie. This setup here with all these screens and sort of bells and whistles and everything, it's not my usual kind of setup. I'm more like into low tech, Windows 95, that kind of stuff. I can still use it. But yeah, I'm an elf. I'm quite tall, so I'm a fairies elf. So I'm quite tall. I've got black hair. I'm dressed in quite a smart grey suit. Smart, but like shabby smart, kind of like what you might imagine 1920s probation era America to be like. Sort of, yes, speakeasies, things like that. So yeah, bit sort of gangster kind of suit. Quite tall, quite sort of relatively athletic build. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
me.
what you see in the corner of the room, and he seems to be sort of scanning through various video feeds, possibly hacking into something else at the same time. You don't know. But that's what Sidewinder perceives.
I don't see him, do I?
You don't. You're more focused on the dwarf and
Your
the elf.
perception.
My perception check was bad.
So, Wolf, is it with the red band?
Yes.
Known tourist for a long time?
Sometimes I think too long.
I can understand that. Well, I gather you're here to help me with a favour. Well, pay his favour anyway. And Sidewinder, I want you to also come along on this as your to see if you're actually what I've been hearing. I've been hearing a lot of good things about you, a lot of interesting things. I want to see if they're
Really? I've heard I'm a professional.
You suddenly notice Bulldozer shift uncomfortably, and he sort of, when you say like professional, he sort of slams the side of his seat, and down comes this minigun, which is nearly as big as he is. And Grace sort of turns to him and goes, Bulldozer. And you can see her lips moving, but no sound is coming out. And you can tell that you've used sub-vocal mics enough. She's sub-voking to Bulldozer. But
I look over the minigun and I go, whoa. With a massive grin on my face.
Always good. Always good. You can make another perception check if you like to try and work out from their facial expressions what their opinions are, what they might be chatting about.
Can I do a perception check on the minigun to see how awesome it is?
You can do one perception check and I'll tell you how awesome that minigun is. So yeah, you can.
I think my luck's run out.
You both can notice Bulldozer doesn't like Sidewinder. He is not making it unclear about this.
Dwarf fight.
Grace is concerned, and an eyebrow raises as the two of them seem to talk. Wolf, that minigun is very shiny.
I want the minigun.
You also notice on like one of the panels of the minigun, engraved very, very neatly is the name Sasha.
It's a nice name. I then go to Bulldozer and I go, it's a nice name for a minigun.
Do you actually walk up to him, or do you just say that to him?
I just kind of call it over to him from where I am to him, and I just go, that's a minigun. She seems nice.
The two of them sort of stop and they look and there's, you can tell there's almost like a little bit of intense energy between them before Grace just laughs. And oh my god, yeah. Well, I'm guessing it's probably the same for you. It's don't touch it. Much like your blade. Don't do it. Sasha's very special. Even I'm not allowed to go anywhere near Sasha. And you can see Bulldozer literally has like one arm on Sasha, like on this big hook that he's got for holding it.
And at the same time, I put one hand on. Can't remember what I called it now. One by my blade, my pole arm.
Bulldozer sort of takes a look at Grace, takes a look at Sidewinder, and he sort of shuffles back, folds his arms, assessing you both again. He doesn't say anything at this point. It's fine. Well, are you both fine to do this favour?
I've got nothing else to do at the moment.
I like that.
I wouldn't mind knowing what I'm here for.
Indeed. So I liked the look of your profile. You have a lot of skills, and that interests me. I've also heard some pretty good things from tourists about you, Wolf. So I feel this submission will be more than capable. You'll be more than capable of looking after.
Better be good things from him.
Borealis, could you come over here, please?
Of course.
Borealis? What?
He is here still.
Yeah. So she sort of ushers you over.
Well, hello, stranger. It's good to see you again.
You know each other.
Yeah, long time no see.
Yeah, what? Been a week?
Yeah.
Well,
You've let yourself go a bit.
Mate, this is nothing.
well, this is certainly going to be interesting. She flicks her hair, as she sort of turns to regard the lot of you. I want all of you to make a willpower check.
Oh no!
Just
Oh
straight
no!
willpower.
Oh no! Oh, I got the power.
Yeah. Okay.
7.
Not bad. 14.
Okay. Oh, right. So, Borealis and Wolf, actually all of you will notice this. This really, really, when you smell that one thing that you really like that really perfect smell that you really like, that makes you happy, that just sort of wafts over you. And especially for Borealis and Wolf, you find yourself liking Grace just a little bit more. You don't know why. She seems even more beautiful than average. So, Borealis, you've been looking at the video feed, I gather. So the mission. Basically, I need you to go find. There's some students, basically, and their parents have been quite worried about them.
Bloody students.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Oh, yeah.
They call themselves the urban explorer. They're urban explorers, you see, and they seem to have gone missing.
Define missing.
Well, they were vlogging their journey through the disused subways.
Most likely dead already.
Their parents want to know. Their parents want to know if they're alive or dead, or if they're merely just being
They
stupid.
wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in those subways.
Well, they want their bodies back. If it's there to bury, or at least if they have some remnant of their person, that's what they want.
What were they studying?
Variety of subjects. One of them was studying history. One of them was biology. There's also, I think there's a couple of chemists in there. Oh, and the last one was studying magical theory. So we got a fairly mixed bunch. There's an elf in there. I think there's a dwarf in there as well. Mostly human. 3 of them are humans.
How do we know they went into the subway?
They've been vlogging. They were basically looking around some of the old subways, and well, as you might have watched, they were looking for one of the old ones. I think it was Lambeth. You'd have to check the video feeds though, to check the details. Basically, I know that they went there. They sent out their video on their channel. They were supposed to log it back in again about 3 hours later, but never did. And I want you to find them.
What's the pay?
The pay is £1,000.
That's an elf. That's a sensible question.
£1,000 per person. To split
Pounds or new yen?
new yen. I forget to I forget who lot. It's new yen for you lot. But yes, so 1,000 new yen per person that you bring back, split between the party.
Do we get a percentage of that if it's part of a body? Like an arm or a leg or a head?
If you can also take evidence that that the arm was not chopped off by you, I will accept that. I will accept the full payment.
Okay.
Basically, they're not.
How many people are actually looking
5.
for?
It's a group of 5. 3 boys, 2 girls.
And they're in Lambeth, you say?
I think it was Lambeth. You'll have to check. You'll have to check the video feeds once again. Whilst I can do technology, it's not my forte.
Cool. Anything else we need to know about it?
So yes, as you probably understand, Wolf, being military.
No, I've done search and rescue missions before.
There are
But
creatures down there.
this sounds like more search and recovery.
Quite possibly. But there are creatures down in the sewers and the subways, especially disused areas. You are going into unmapped areas, so be wary of that. There may be items down there. I do not know precisely what's down there, because frankly I do not go chasing around students in underground labs.
Yeah, there are laws against that.
Well, yes, that's kind of why they haven't gone to the police about this, and they've come to the Blades.
It's bad to say, aren't people banned from going in the subway?
Indeed. It doesn't stop people, urban explorers, from doing it.
Yeah, I did it as a kid, but you know.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all. I think,
How long have they been missing for?
well, they've been missing for at least a couple of days. But then again, apparently it's not the first time they've been out of contact for a couple of days, 3 days.
So I guess I should probably check the video feeds to see what was on the last moment. See if we can see any identifying lab marks on them or numbers, signs, whatever, facial faces.
That's fair. That's fair.
Check it all, see if you can find anything useful. And see where they are.
Well, Borealis, make a software check.
Did they have any phones that maybe we could track?
41. Shadak, you've gone quiet.
I thought it was just me.
Sorry, that was me.
I was hoping it wasn't just me.
Sorry, that was me. I believe they were trying not to be caught, so I think they were trying to keep the line dark, so to speak.
So they were vlogging, but they didn't want us to see anything while they were vlogging.
I believe it's pre-recorded. But I believe they do have phone numbers. I can certainly get you those, assuming you have taken on this contract.
I'm up for it.
Hang on a minute. The videos they send out are pre-recorded, so how do we even know we're looking for them in the right place?
Well, that's why I'm saying you're going to have to look at the video feed to find yourself some clues. I'm telling you that I know that they were probably underneath, at least on the east side of London, probably more down towards the south. Just sort of, I know that that's where the last vlog came from, but I haven't watched the whole thing yet, and frankly I'm dealing with my own war here, so hence why Taurus's men are, well, Taurus is sending me help, and Borealis, you were being interesting around London, so I called you in for fun.
Cool. I think I missed something. For a turkey, I haven't got such a great connection.
Always the way. we're still having. We seem to be having some tech issues for some odd reason.
Yeah, I know what my tech issues are. It's with Talk. That's what my tech issue is.
Yeah, give them a shout out. You never know. But yes. So I presume I have all of you down for this.
Count me in.
Count me in.
Sidewinder.
Oh, why not?
Do we get to take the minigun with us?
Not on your life. Sasha does not get touched by anyone. Especially you. And he's sort of looking at you three, but sort of hovers slightly more on Sidewinder before sort of slouching back again.
It's not really the best assassin weapon, is it? It's not very subtle.
Sometimes to be an assassin, you don't need to be subtle.
Who says I was an assassin?
Have you guys got a grenade launcher?
I don't need a grenade launcher.
Well, let's crack on.
So, yeah, you. I presume that you lead them off to the computer side of things.
Yeah, well, check the video feed. See if we can track them.
Can I just ask, am I the only one who has Borealis frozen on my screen?
No, Borealis has
No, I
frozen.
have as well.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, guys. You're just gonna have to deal. So, you get to...
Borealis is more frozen than Jack in Titanic.
Oh, that was harsh. Not as
harsh as that iceberg.
Make it back on
There you
again.
go.
Work.
Yes, it does.
He's
You
back.
need to centralise yourself again.
The old tricks are the best
There
ones.
we go.
And we go after the computers with Borealis, and I go, can you track their phones?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Um,
They don't call. What do these kids call phones nowadays?
they've all got metalinks.
Yeah, I can track their metalinks.
There you go, you do that.
I've still got a 3310 personally, so.
I then turn to Sidewinder and I go, you got something a bit more short range than that sniper. You're not going to need it in the subways.
I will make do.
So, you turn on the video and all of you make perception checks as you're watching this video feed. I'm watching the dice roll. So we've got DJ and Bulldozer. Or Wolf and
Lime.
What was that?
So yeah. Wolf, you don't really see anything particularly interesting. I mean, frankly, this is not your area of expertise. It kind of like, oh god, kids. You in your sort of grumpy old man state is just like, ugh. Do we have to go rescue these?
Those young whippersnappers. Back in my day.
Wait, how old is Sidewinder again? Sidewinder, how old are you?
Like late 30s.
I'm 44.
And frankly, Sidewinder, you're either not interested really, or you're just not really watching at all. You're expecting that this techie person has probably got it in hand anyway. So, yeah.
I'm too busy casting looks over my shoulder at this dwarf with a minigun who seems to want to kill me.
Yeah, he's
I find that
he is definitely watching you, but he seems to be sub-vocally talking to Grace about something.
I still have my hand on my blade, but I've got a hand on the back of Borealis' chair, watching him as he's using the video.
So the whether you're listening or not, the video kind of goes on of, hey guys, we're down in the depths of the subway. Yes, we are doing the illegal. Woo. Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah. And you see, like, one of the guys is just lying across like some disused rail lines, basically being a bit of a douchebag, really.
I then go, I thought vlogging died in 2017 with local.
Oh, I was going to make the same joke.
a couple of
I can't remember his name.
a couple of the girls sort of go over this the front man's shoulder. They're like, "Hey, don't worry, girls, you got us to represent." Yeah, we.
I'm slowly throwing up in my mouth as I'm fed up with teenagers already.
Do we really have to go and find them? Do we have to? I mean, come on.
Really,
worth it.
personally.
I'm your host. I'm Liam, and we're down. We're underneath where we used to have. Well, we're underneath the Docklands, folks. We're underneath the Docklands.
Lambeth are a long way away from each other.
Not particularly. We're gonna be heading south along this line here. It's really dark down there, guys. So we've got our torches, we've got our hard hats, we've got our coats on. So we're not stupid, and we're gonna see what's down here. We've already saw some really interestingly glowing critters back there. That was really cool, dudes. Guys, do not do this without like really doing your research. I'm the historian here. Got our magic girl here. It's all good. And we'll see you in 3 hours as we head south. In fact, southwest. Down into the darkness. And the video feed cuts off.
Where are they going? Southwest from Lambeth to the Docklands.
So
This doesn't make sense.
It does make sense.
Not from Lambeth, it doesn't.
They just said that they were in the Docklands heading southwest.
Okay, well, I've got Lambeth in my head.
Right.
Okay.
So if they're at the sort of they said that they were in the Docklands at the moment in some kind of junction or something, and then they were going to head down the tunnel which was going southwest, which then goes towards Lambeth. Am I correct, Game Master?
It would seem so. Knowing that you've had to do quite a few reconnaissance around London, you would know that they were most likely somewhere at least close to the Lambeth containment zone. What you do notice from the video, Borealis, is you notice a rather grubby looking platform header saying King William Street.
William Street. Okay. Good
So
stuff.
there you go. King William Street is the disused platform. So
How much does London today match London of 2017? That might be on Google Maps.
it's pretty close actually.
Cool. That makes things a lot easier. Good.
It's around about where Monument Station is.
It is indeed. Yeah.
So we are down by London.
So, need to go back to my old haunt by London Bridge.
To Borealis, where are they?
By London Bridge, King William Street, Monument Station. That's where we need to get down into the subway, or the tube as they call it in London.
Can you bring the copies of the video with you so then we can analyze it on the move?
Download them to my Metalink.
Right, you do that, and then we can take my car and we can head to London Bridge.
We're driving.
On the road again.
We'll be on the road again. Okay, well I'll download this data now. I've got my little gun. I've got my techie equipment. Let's rock and roll. And Shadow, you're quiet again.
Hello again. So just before you rock out of the building, and you're still analysing the video, Bulldozer taps Sidewinder on the shoulder.
Is he carrying the minigun at this
No,
point?
he's not carrying a minigun, but it is very much at the ready on his chair. In a mount. It seems like the weird bulge in his chair was in fact a hidden mount for his minigun so that he can shoot it from his chair.
Is that a weird mount for your minigun, or are you just happy to see me? I'm not actually going to say that. I'm not an idiot.
From that minigun, I think he's definitely happy.
Okay, so I turn around to see what he wants.
Well, I'll speak to you. Without these two. He sort of gestures you over to like the only other corner left, and there's a couple of sofas there. There's a table there. You notice he sort of walks with a very stiff gait, but you also notice that he's quite well built even for a dwarf. He's pretty well built. This guy. And as you get there, he turns around and goes, Did you ever take contracts out?
Of course.
You shot one of my friends. One of my comrades. A guy called Tank.
Oh.
You would remember this guy, probably. Human, bit of an arsehole, really, actually. Also another sniper.
I remember.
I don't like the fact that you did that. Thank goodness for you, I respect Grace enough. And, well, you fuck this up, or you backstab, or you kill your teammates, your head's gonna roll. So let's say get this job done properly. Get Grace's approval. Maybe I won't be maybe I won't be pointing my gun at you anytime soon.
Oh, there's so many things I want to say.
He backstabbed me, I stab him in the face. Just saying.
Understood.
Very well. I'll agree with Grace, and I'll be watching your progress. And he sort of gives a sort of nod, and heads off to his seat, looking kind of disgruntled at the fact that he's not allowed to punch you in the face. Like, it's quite plainly obvious he wants to punch you in the face, at least.
Just a joke.
Yep. So yeah, you meet up with the guys there. Borealis is like, yeah, we know where this guy is. Let's rock and roll. Let's move out.
That sounds good to me. Hanging around this die for too long.
It's probably a lot posher than perhaps you're ever used to, Borealis. And Wolf, because in your delightful, your love of alcohol.
It's a complicated relationship.
You do notice there is in fact a full bar. Just through like another set of doors, you notice there's like a whole bar area. And it's just full of armed people.
No, that's a party in there.
So
Yeah, okay, we're going to leave Wolf behind at this point, because we'll just leave him there and we'll carry on and do the mission.
Give me 6 bottles of whiskey.
Grace, she gets off her chair and she sort of saunters over to you with sort of Janda, and she hands you all a card with a number on it. If you need any, if you've got any information, feel free to call me. And she gives she sort of gives you a bit of a wink, just sort of setting you considering Bulldozer, short, angry dwarf. Grace, very, very charismatic, very beautiful elf, and she obviously thinks one of you is good looking. Before she sort of turns tail with a flick of her hair, that scent gliding past your noses again, as she walks back to her chair. So lads, roll out.
Roll out.
All at once. Roll out.
What's gonna happen? I knew it.
I leave the building, grab my bag and my guns, and go to my car and say, "Follow me, chaps."
I'm ready with my bag and equipment. It's always on me.
You'll get to your lockers. You get all your gear out. You notice Sidewinder's got a very nice sniper rifle now slung over his back.
That's nearly the same height as him.
And question: do you all pile in Wolf's car, or do you take other alternative transport?
Well,
Where is this bar exactly?
It's in Southside. So Southside is an area that sort of encompasses Stamford Bridge and sort of below the river, just beyond Battersea Park. So Clapham Common.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So you need to travel across town a bit to get to London Bridge.
Yeah. Bit of a trek.
So
Well,
yeah, how do you get there?
I'm always nervous about travelling in big groups personally, so I'll get a rickshaw.
Okay, so yeah, you jump. You sort of flag down a taxi. It's got sort of scrapes across the side of it. There's like a rotten tomato on like the back bonnet of it. It's Southside. You don't care. You get in and you drive towards London Bridge. Wolf, I'm presuming you're taking your car.
Yes, I am. And I realised I was talking when I hadn't pressed the button. I'm not used to push to talk. I suggest to Sidewinder that we take out my car, or I'll race him there.
sure, why not? I love a challenge.
Oh, we've got a street race.
Oh, we got a street race. We line our cars up next to each other, and I'm gonna turn to him because I've got the roof down in my Jeep, and I'm just like, yeah, but why? What car have you got again?
I have a GMC Bulldog van.
Jeep van.
This can only end one way. With a hideous accident. Don't try this at home, kids.
So you jump into your vans. I want both of you to make a pilot groundcraft check.
I've got this. I've been watching Fast and Furious all day.
That's a good film to watch before your driving lesson.
Oh, definitely. Cars driving really fast.
I could probably hack into his car, couldn't I? And yeah.
No.
You could.
I'm good at that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
you definitely could. How about you, Sidewinder? Did you roll? Nope. Yeah. Oh, so you kind of were like laughing so hard at the fact that he's doing a street race in a van. That 3, 2, 1. Sidewinder slams on the accelerator, and this van just speeds down the straight road, kind of catching off guard. You very quickly start up your engine, you're gone, but you have the disadvantage in the driving. So yeah, you are speeding down the road. Are you going to attempt to speed all the way to London Bridge? Is the question.
I'm on manual mode at the minute, so I'm just like, yeah! And I'm sober,
Yep.
so.
Bulldozer, the question is, are you going in manual mode or are you going in interesting mode?
Interesting mode, oh dear
Or
God.
are you grid guiding?
Interesting mode is interesting, and it wouldn't be interesting if we didn't use interesting mode.
So you're in interesting mode, which is awesome.
What the hell have I just done?
Um,
What is it with me and making decisions thinking, yeah, no, I got this, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh.
so yeah, you're powering down. You're powering down down the route. I'm gonna get you both to do navigation checks.
Ah, damn! I don't think I've got that skill.
Wolf,
I didn't
you
think
have
this
one
through.
dice, and Sidewinder, I think you also have one dice, if I remember correctly.
I have
Oh.
that.
So Bulldozer, roll your dice, whatever your. Oh, you got 3 for navigation, Sidewinder, and Wolf, you have 1.
Shit.
So, okay. So, yeah, neither of you think of any particularly interesting routes of how to get to London Bridge. You just sort of think this is the basic route. So you both end up going the same route, oddly enough. But yeah. So you're speeding down, and you're sort of turning down side roads, going down one-way streets just for the heck of it. Make another pilot groundcraft. Borealis, is there anything you'd like to do in the taxi as you are driving more sensibly to London Bridge?
I'll go and interrogate the taxi driver, see if he's seen anything odd around the subway area. The tube area. What are we calling it, a subway?
So, you guys...
As you do so, too, like a van and a jeep come blasting past you, like ping, ping.
So again, Sidewinder is outclassing you, Wolf. Like, dear Lord.
So hang on, did the taxi driver not tell me anything useful?
I'm sorry, but how the hell is a van beating a jeep?
How the hell are you racing in London? That's what I want to know.
This is Southside.
Driven
This is
in London.
Southside.
It's the south side, it's empty. No one likes driving around here unless it's the
Pretty
streetways.
much. The taxi driver, you know, he sort of leans back to sort of hear you better. He goes, "Hey mate, so what were you saying? Sorry, I didn't have the intercom on."
I was saying, have you seen anything odd around Monument Station lately? Maybe some youths.
There's always youths around there. What sort of weird thing are you looking at? There seem to be a lot of tourists. There's one group of tourists who seem to be sort of hyped up, but
Group of tourists seem to be hyped up, but they sort of youngish,
yeah,
oldish.
pretty young.
Guys, girls.
Mix.
Did you see them enter?
Nah, I was too busy doing a round, mate. Why, they're friends of yours?
Sort of.
Yeah. Well,
They're very valuable to me.
he raises an eyebrow, but since he just picked you up from the blade, he ain't gonna question it. And unless, do you have any other questions for him?
No, he's not very helpful, this taxi driver, so I'll leave him be.
He sort of offers you gum.
I like gum before a mission.
As he's driving, come a van speeding down the road, and a jeep with, you think it's Wolf by the extortionately blue hair, and they are thundering down the road, definitely breaking the
That's the
limits.
fact that my hood has fallen down.
You're kind of wondering if one of them's gonna might do a 360 or something ridiculous because of the ridiculousness of their journey. But there you go. So yes. So yeah, you're still being outclassed by Sidewinder. You guys you make it into what is known as the city, the financial heart of London, and it is where the Mayor of London resides. It suddenly gets from really empty streets to really packed streets. You're now entering like the more civilized part of London. Make navigation checks to see whether you can actually navigate through London without having to get caught up in all of this massive amount of traffic.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Bulldozer, you Sidewinder, you carry on down the gnome route. You think there might be some shortcuts, but actually you think might as well just go with by the normal route. Wolf, you're pretty sure you found a shortcut, and you turn off, you squeal the wheel round, and you start going down a one-way street.
It's a jeep. It can go anywhere.
Yep, you start going down one-way streets just because you can. And you may have gone onto the path a little bit, just because why not? Make one final piloting groundcraft check.
Both of us?
Both of you.
I got 3. He got 5.
Take away your minuses.
I hate my life.
Add Wolf's bonus for his navigation. So you get there. You squeal to a stop in one of the station car parks, because London actually worked out. People do drive in London now. So you actually managed to find a place to park pretty easily by now. You used one of the Matrix ticket payment, and you still paid a 10 new yen. That is your parking. Sidewinder gets there first though. Not by much, but he gets there first. Although Borealis, strangely, doesn't turn up too far behind you guys. Taxi drivers.
They know their way around. They're
Exactly.
genius.
He knew all the shortcuts, and he got there pretty
Driving
fast.
in London's a fool's game, I tell you.
You jump out and you pay about 20 new yen getting across town. So you're all outside London Bridge.
Excellent. Well,
Smoke still coming from my tyres as I drifted there.
Before we do anything else, 2 things. One, I'm going to make sure that we all have each other's comlink details, whatever, so we can all talk. I learned that last time. It's really difficult if you can't actually communicate in character. Also, I am going to just scooch off, so I don't know if you want to do a break or if you guys just want to carry on with that in a few minutes.
As a question, do you guys want to carry on for a bit longer? It's about 9:45.
I think now would be a good place to stop because we know what we're doing, and then we can do the mission for next week.
I think that's a good idea.
yes.
Do we all agree?
I think right now we've made it. I see a bar over there. Say we stake out this place for the night. See if anything sort of.
We've had an epic chase scene.
It's literally about 10 o'clock in the morning, but you see like a cafe.
Well,
And-
a cafe, yeah, nice cafe for a flat white.
Yeah.
Be nice.
The lady behind the bar, she thinks you're interesting. She can detect a slight accent to you, and she sort of passes you a cake, thinking that you're cute.
Talk.
Boreas is just like, you can take my freedom, but you can't take my cake.
So yeah, you all settle down, and you know, Borealis gets out a bit of a map that he's made, and you guys start planning whereabouts you're going to go. And there, we pan away from the group, and the camera dives deep into the earth, into the blackness which is under the streets of London, where just a slight beep of a camera running out of battery, a red light flickering, and profuse swearing as you hear footsteps running down through the darkness. And there's where we shall leave it for tonight.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, thank you everyone for coming and watching. Sorry about the technical issues at the beginning of the show. I am Shadow Shanemore. We have Bulldozer, DJ Bluefang, and Borealis. Good night, everyone, and see you on the Matrix.